How's the squad looking? Obviously we'll be missing Tony this weekend, but Stephen O'Donnell back in contention as well.
Stephen's back training. Has obviously made the bench against St Mirren. Unfortunate to have lost them just before the semi-finals, but it's good to have him back in. There's one or two other ones that are making strides to be back in full training and back in contention. So Tony will be a loss after these last couple of games, but we're obviously aware and always aware that when you're bringing him in from another club that they'll miss out in that game. But no, we're looking good in what should be a really exciting game, 4th against 5th, so let's hope we can go and get the 3 points.
Seen Callum Slattery in and around training. How close is he, and how are you going to manage his return?
That's all it is. You're right. It's about managing it. He's been out. It's a long-term injury, and he's come back and he's looking really good. But he'll still be a wee bit away from being in our thoughts to be involved in any match games at the minute. Such as the schedule, we can't even really organise like a bounce game or a friendly. Probably have to do that just maybe amongst ourselves when the game's settled down a little bit. But he's still a little bit short for what we need to join in match day. But he's looking sharp. Watching him training the other day, there's no issues with psychologically dealing with the injury. I'm watching him twist and turn and check and stuff, and he's looking good. So it's give everybody a real lift.
Also, you mentioned Dundee United. Obviously, you've had good results against them this season. They're picking up results all the time as well. It's going to be. They seem to be involved in really tight games, maybe edging a few results as well. You think another one is going to be the same? You maybe just going to have to kind of get the clinical in both boxes sort of thing. Yeah,
I think the games against them have been really tight. They've been good games. Obviously out there in the cup game, which was a great one for us to win, and it was a fantastic win up at Tannadice. Especially getting into the semi-final, we got a lot of confidence from that. Dundee United are a good football team. They've got good players, and Jim's got them playing attractive football. We know how tough it will be. It's against a team who are 4th in the league on merit, but we've got that little carrot. If we go and beat them on Saturday, then we go above them, and that's exactly everything that will be geared towards that between now and then.
That says a lot about how you've managed it, these kind of 6 or 7, 8 at times kind of long-term injuries as well, that you could go forth on Saturday. Yeah,
and you're missing big players although Callum's been obviously long-term, but you're missing Paul McGinn, Stephen O'Donnell. Tom Sparrow's been out, Ross Callachan for the start of the season. It was great to get Sam Nicholson back on the pitch, and he added something when he came on against St Mirren on Saturday. So it has been tough. Jack Vale, the lad, obviously we've got him on from Blackburn. We've missed a lot of players, but the players that come in know their job and they've all stood up to it. And as I say, what an incentive for getting into a really busy festive period to go and try and get 4th in the league.
Just on Ross Callachan and Jack Vale, probably two of the longer term ones, not really heard a lot out. How are they progressing and how close are they to returning to action?
Well, Jack's still a wee bit away. Jack's still doing his return to training, his rehab stuff at Blackburn. So it'll be a few weeks before we see Jack. But Ross is trained 2 days, sort of partial training. He's not involved in the full session. It'll be the same for him today. But again, there doesn't look as though there's any adverse effects to anything that he's doing with this. So hopefully it won't be too long we see him back.
The manager's up in the stand. Do you put the manager's this week, or how does that dynamic work?
3-piece suit, the lot. Everything's going on, so I'll be telling him to stay away. No, nothing changes in terms of obviously the way we build up between now and Saturday. Obviously the manager knows the restraints in terms of being in the dugout and being in the dressing room before the game, so we know that, but nothing will change. The same message will be there, but it will obviously be very visible up in the stand and relaying messages what he needs to see on the pitch, so there'll be no real change.
So how's that dynamic going to work from the stand to the dugout in terms of how he gets his message across from a bit further away?
He'll probably just lean over and shout, I would imagine, but no, he'll be in communication. As I say, our message, the manager's messages will be the message that I'll be able to carry on, but there'll be an access to him, whether it's through comms or just coming down at half time, but there shouldn't be any real issue.
Jair Tavares is one player that's came into the team in the last couple of games playing a bit of an unnatural position. You've got 3 players who all play in that position. How do you keep all of them sort of happy when they're all vying for this one position?
Well, probably 4. I don't know if you're counting Johnny Katrumbas in that. So Johnny's obviously back training as well, and as I said, this busy period we've not really had a chance to get lots of sort of friendly games put in, so he's still a little bit, that's wrong, he's got to say he's a little bit behind. He's ready to play because he's fit and played done in a lot of training sessions, but we still need games to sharpen them up. But you've got all those players in that position. Jair's came in, we looked at that and we thought, just with his attacking ability, that it could cause Dundee problems when we put him in there. We probably starved him of the ball in the second half, but he's come in and acquitted himself really well. But as you say, you've got Marvin, Stephen O'Donnell and Johnny Katrumbas, so it's a position we're really strong in.
He's a player that's maybe came in from Hibs where maybe confidence being a bit low. He's talked previously sort of about mentally maybe struggling a wee bit while he was at Hibs. What do you do with a player like that, maybe similar to Theo Bay last season when they're coming in from a club in this league, maybe confidence a bit low and trying to build them up again?
Games really, and it's sometimes we're set up in a sort of shape, might not fit them into it, and the manager identified, he thinks, I want to put him in as a wing back against Dundee because of their wing back situation as well, and we thought, why don't we try it? And we thought he did. We thought he equipped himself really well. Tough game on Saturday against St Mirren, a game that the windy conditions, maybe a lot of restarts in the game, and again we thought he did really well, so he'll be one that will be still in contention for Saturday against Dundee United.
You mentioned Sam Nicholson being back. Obviously it's been probably a tough 12 months for him, just coming back from the operation he had when he came in, just trying to get match sharp again. You know, I don't know if you know him from way back at Hearts when he was really young, but do you feel he can be a big player for you the rest of the season?
Definitely. Again, just with our style of play and sometimes the different shapes that we try and put in at the top end of the pitch. He's someone who can give you creativity, he can score goals, his work rate's excellent as well. We've missed that level of player. What looked quite an innocuous injury at times, he just never really get back to where he wanted to be, and they're just these wee niggling pains and stuff, but he looks injury free, he looks pain free, and as I say, to get him back on the pitch on Saturday was a bonus. I think he created one in the box, we probably should have fired it across the goal, but he's getting into these areas that we need our attacking players to get in, so he's a real bonus to have back.
We've had several players of that ilk, injured this season, the creative attacking midfielders. Is that going to be difficult to play the style of football you maybe want to play when all these guys are injured at the same time?
Yeah, you probably then have to keep manufacturing different shapes from it. We kind of set on a shape last season when you had the two sort of attacking players being Spittle and Slattery, and it worked for us. You've got guys like Jack Vale, Sam Nicholson, young JT who can all play these areas. You've got your two strikers, so you've got an array of attacking options, but it's just trying to fit it into that shape and try and be consistent with that shape. But as I say, having Sam back, getting Jack back soon, Tom Sparrow can fit into that. We've also, one we've not spoke about to have back in the squad's Harry Payton, who's a big driving force for us. So touch wood that all these guys can stay injured free between now and the end of the season.